Good afternoon, everyone. We will now open this portion of our hearing for today, uh, December 4th, 2025. This first portion of our hearing will be to consider uncontested matters that will be put on the record by the Law Department. I'm Kenneth Woodson, Board Chair. We will have my colleagues introduce themselves, then we will get through this preliminary portion of our hearing.
Ralph Pincus, board member.
Steve Pettit, board member.
Roger S. Tennis, Senior Board Member.
Matthew
Thank
Webster,
you.
Board Counsel.
Gabrielle Legendre, Board Administrator.
Thank you very much. A couple of preliminary matters, particularly for those who are joining us virtually. This is a formal hearing. The meeting is being recorded by Zoom and a court reporter. That would suggest that only one person can be heard at a time. So please do not speak over one another. Each person will be given an opportunity to present their case and express themselves. Secondly, because this is a formal hearing, you must present yourselves as if you are in the building. Which means no reclining in your bed, no wearing or sleepwear. Gentlemen must remove their hats unless it's for religious reasons. You must not be engaged in other activity during the hearing if your case has been called. No eating, drinking, or otherwise acting inappropriately. Also, if you are in a vehicle, you must be parked in a safe place. We will not hear your case if you're moving. It interrupts the internet connection as well as creates visual problems for the board itself, and it's not safe. Finally, we ask that you pay close attention. If your matter is noted as moot or moot complied, that means you are done for today. It's resolved. You may go on about your business. However, this is a public hearing, so if you'd rather spend your time with us this afternoon, you're welcome to do that. But you are not required to stay if your matter is moot or moot complied. If you need information as to the distinction between moot and moot complied, please call the administrator. Someone at the administrator's office will describe and explain the difference to you, but please do not break into the hearing. We have a very long list of cases today, and we would want to get through them. And so please do not do that. I will not hear from individuals who have not been called upon to speak. Thank you very much. We will now hear from the Law Department in terms of matters that are uncontested. Who's representing the Law Department today? Excuse me, just one matter off the record for a moment. There's a Coca-Cola, a half a consumed bottle of Coke, and a telephone. Who's that belong to? Oh, and you are?
Good afternoon, Jane Huang on behalf of the city on just two matters.
Okay, no, we want to hear from the person who's reading the full list first.
Okay.
Okay, so if that person is present, you're the Water Department?
Air Management Services, Department of Public Health.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right, just one moment. If your colleague is present, ask him to come get his stuff. This is all off the record. Yes, if you can remove that from the table. Okay. Okay. Okay, we're off the record at the moment. Okay. All right, you ready? Just one moment before I'm not ready. What's this? Oh. What's going on here? I don't want to hit start.
Oh, no. Okay. This is a Windows thing. Yeah, that's interesting.
It's your fault.
Thank you very much. Today, of course, is December 4th, 2025. I will now hear from the city with any preliminary matters, uncontested matters that we can put on the record. Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, Chairman. Michael Rouleau on behalf of the city. If I could begin by directing your attention to number 4, appeal ending 2344 5321 Rising Sun Avenue. Appellant Tan Min Win. Counsel is Douglas Stern. That matter is moot complied.
Thank you.
Turning to number 5, appeal ending 3710, 305 North Front Street. 305 North Front Street, Ellen True appears to be the appellant. Moot.
Moot. Thank you.
Number 6, appeal ending 4084, 821 North 65th Street, Kareem Ames. Moot. Number 8, appeal ending 4481, 1226 South 7th Street, Marcela Garcia. Moot. Number 11, appeal ending 0895, 4406 Lancaster Avenue, MMJK Enterprises LLC. Moot. Number 13, appeal ending 3461, 2187 to 91 East North Street, appellant Joseph Sawinski. Moot. I also have an agreement that I could read. Do you want me to hold on that one?
Yes, if there's associated with 13,
12.
12, yes, read that in, please.
Number 12, appeal ending 3011, 4039 Baltimore Avenue. Appellant is 18 North 40th Street Company. The agreement, and there is counsel in that, Mr. Augusta O'Neill. The agreement is a city of firm with a 60-day stay of enforcement.
Thank you.
I'm present. And all that is accurate.
Okay, so before we move on, I believe that is Augusta M. O'Neill who just spoke.
That's correct. Sorry, but
Okay, and you're,
my computer and when you guys
okay,
hear me.
if you put your name on the record and then just
Sure.
represent.
So my name is spelled Augusta. Last name is O'Neill, Oneill. Mr. Rulo just read into the record that there's going to be a 60-day stay of enforcement on this matter. That is correct. And I believe that the city has allowed us until February 2nd to pull a permit that will,
And, okay, and you represent the interests of 18 North 40th Street Company?
that's correct.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Okay,
Okay, and moving to number 17, appeal ending 5337, 48 North Sproul Road, Nicholas Papadopoulos. My understanding is that appeal was withdrawn by the appellant.
withdrawn. Thank you.
And then moving to number 51, appeal ending 1650, 545 North Broad Street, Lennox Construction Incorporated. That matter is moot.
Thank you.
That does it for the moots.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Anyone else in the room with uncontested matters that need to be read into the record?
Board
Yes.
members, if I could also have maybe like 10, 15 minutes with the
Yes.
23 to 39.
Yes.
Folks, the meeting will be discussed with Godfrey.
Yes, ma'am. Please put your name on the record.
Good afternoon, Jane Huang, HWANG.
Ms. Wong, would you mind pulling that mic closer to you, please? Unfortunately, they don't pick up as well as they should, so you may have to put it in your face in order to be heard.
Good afternoon, Jane Huang, HWANG, on behalf of the City of Philadelphia's Air Management Services.
Yes.
I am going through 15 and 16 on the list, starting with appeal ending in 3515 on 3111 West Allegheny Avenue. That matter was withdrawn by the appellant.
Withdrawn? Thank you.
Yes. Number 16, appeal number 5266 on 3401 Civic Center Boulevard. That one, the appellant requested a continuance based on a tentative settlement agreement that has to be executed.
Okay, now this is the second listing. What is the city's position on that?
There's no objection to the continuance. The settlement is almost finalized.
Okay, we will continue with a must be heard requirement.
Yes,
Okay,
yeah. And I believe the request was a 90-day date, but that was from the appellant.
okay. Must be heard. So if it comes up again, you have to be ready to go.
Understood.
Thank you.
And that concludes my matters.
All right, thank you very
Thank you.
much. Anyone else in the room with a preliminary uncontested matter that we can read into the record? Oh.
Good afternoon, members of the board. Thomas Guyutsa for the city.
Afternoon.
I had two matters to bring to the board's attention. The first is number 50 on today's list. That is ending in 1410. The property address is 222 South 60th Street, appellant Deborah Richardson. The city has reached an agreement with Ms. Richardson for a city affirm with a 90-day stay of enforcement.
90-day stay. Okay, thank you.
And then the second matter to bring to your attention is number 52 on today's list. This is ending in 1660 1710 Sansom Street. Dominic Burgess, doing business as Burgess Builders and Interior Design Incorporated. This is also an agreement for a city affirm with a $500 fine.
Thank you.
And that concludes my matters for today, if I may be excused.
Yes, sir. You're
Thank you
excused.
very much.
You're
Have a
welcome.
Lovely day.
Thank you. Anyone virtually with an uncontested matter? Oh, we have someone else in the room, please. Yeah, you're usually virtual, so welcome.
Good to see everyone today. Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, members of the
afternoon.
board. Calling your attention first, I'm afraid I was writing an email. I'm not sure if this was already read into the record. Number 2 on the list, appeal number ending 1967.
Not yet.
Okay, that violation, that appeal is moot.
And that's, but please repeat the redirect, the
Of
full
course.
record, please.
It's number 2 on the list, appeal number ending 1967. Appellant is Jaleel Jones. And the violation underlying that appeal is resolved, and so the appeal is moot.
And the address?
It is 3719 Mount Vernon.
Vernon Street or Road?
That I am not.
Street is,
Street?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Next on the list, I'll jump to number 14. I'm going to double back in a moment. Appeal number ending 4019, appellant Reading International Incorporated, represented by Greenberg Torig. Attorney's name is Jennifer. There's a new attorney rather than the one who is entered. Her name is Jennifer Landolfi. Address is 423 North 11th Street. The violation underlying this appeal is resolved, but prior to it being resolved, $300 in re-inspection fees accrued. I spoke to Ms. Landolfi, and we agreed that the appeal could be marked moot, and Ms. Landolfi confirmed that her client intends on paying the $300 due in re-inspection fees.
Okay, thank you. Is Mr. Landolfi present?
I don't believe she is.
Okay, all right,
And
thank
I
you.
told her I'd be declaring it moot
Yes.
at this hearing.
Okay,
Next, number 10 on the list. Mr. Reed, come have a seat, please. Appeal number ending 5090, appellant Paul Reed, address 418 Edgemore Road. Members of the board, this appeal involves a violation designating that premises unsafe due to a damaged front wall. I just spoke with Mr. Reed a few minutes ago and corresponded with, or spoke with Inspector Jim Trainer, and we've reached an agreement. It will be city affirmed with the terms of the stay of enforcement, to be a little bit more specific, are Mr. Reed is to provide an engineer's report regarding the front wall within 60 days. And then if that engineer's report requires work to be performed to make the property safe, he is to apply for a make safe permit within 30 days of the engineer's report. I don't know how I don't know if the board wants to consider that a 60-day stay of enforcement or get into the details of the agreement.
no, did you've given him a timeline within that order, correct?
Yes. And
Yeah, so that's fine.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So then I suppose the matter is settled as city affirmed with the stay of enforcement. I just described 60 days for engineer's report, 30 days after that for a make safe permit if
Okay.
necessary.
Mr. Reed, do you identify yourself, sir?
My name is Paul Reed Senior, sir.
Okay,
I agree to the term, sir.
okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Well, that's so
I'm
noted in the
sorry,
record.
Chair, pardon me, could the gentleman turn the microphone on?
Oh, the microphone isn't on. Push that button so it turns. There you go. Repeat your name, sir.
My name is Paul Reed Senior.
And you agree with
I
the,
agree to the terms we discussed. It will get done.
all right, thank you very much.
I want to thank
Okay.
y'all, and I can go enjoy my birthday.
Okay, enjoy your birthday.
Retirement.
Okay,
Retirement.
all right.
Calling it quits.
Okay, have a good day.
And the social security thing.
Yeah,
You'll hear from me, man. God bless you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
God bless you, everybody.
okay,
Y'all-
have a good day.
Okay, thank you, members of the board. That, my only matters remaining are numbers 18 through 22 on the list. They all involve a retaining wall along a creek, 4909 to 4915 Grant Avenue, skipping numbers, only the odds, and then 9702 State Road. My understanding is that most of those appellants are on the call via Zoom. And I just heard from Mr. Tom Forkin with Councilman Driscoll, Chief of Staff to Councilman Driscoll's office, who told me that the appellants plan on requesting a continuance. If I may just be put in a breakout room with Director Steve Gallagher, who's on the call, I'd like to briefly discuss that
Okay.
request with Director Gallagher.
So
before-
we'll hear from you once we come back in.
Thank you.
Okay. All
Thank
right.
you,
So
members of
everybody
the
else just sit tight. Anyone else with an uncontested matter?
Good afternoon, Board. It's Christopher Johnson for the City of Philadelphia. I'm not quite sure. It's an uncontested matter. It's a preliminary matter, though, related to appeals number 40 through 48 on today's list. This is all of the appeals that regard a retaining wall that affected the properties from 8005 through 8019 Hollis Street and property owners of 965 to 979 Vernon Road.
Yeah.
Of which there were a total of 16 properties. I know there are 9 appeals that are listed here today. However, after checking in Eclipse, I know there are other pending appeals related to this wall, at least 2 or 3 other appeals pending. So for that reason, I would suggest to the board that they be rescheduled so that all of the appeals could be heard at the same time. But I'd also like to, by way of further explanation about the current situation, that wall was unsafe due to a partial collapse. There has been some repairs that have been made, although they did not obtain a make safe permit, and they did not send an engineer's report to the city. So I think moving forward, just so the owners can understand, the city is still asking that.
Yeah, Mr. Johnson, what
yeah,
I
it be
think I need to
evaluated.
do with this,
Yeah.
we're going to call that as part of our regular hearing schedule.
Okay.
Because I need to hear from someone in that group. They need I don't know if they have one, if you could identify a spokesperson who could so to speak for the group.
I don't know that there is. I know that there are some of the petitioners that are definitely on the Zoom.
Okay, so what we'll do, we'll take some level of testimony. We'll hear from you. And if you have a witness or you were.
I do.
Okay, well,
It's
I'd like to
Inspector
hear from, because of the nature of the case.
Okay.
And that does not mean we won't continue it. It's just that those preliminaries,
Yep.
I think, require greater explanation.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, all right, thank you. Is there anyone else virtually who has a preliminary matter or someone in the room who has a preliminary matter? Mr. Fernandez?
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman. Calling back appeals number 18 through 22. I'll start by reading the appeal numbers on the list. The appeal numbers, starting with number 18 and working my way down. They're all HA 2023. Last 4 digits in sequence are 2775, 2862.
Mr. Fernandez, give us the address at each one, okay?
Absolutely. Okay, so starting with number 18, appeal number ending 2775. Appellant Jonathan Wood, address 4915 Grant Avenue.
Okay,
Next is number 19 on the list, appeal number ending 2862. Appellant Ronald Howell, address 4911 Grant Avenue. Number 20, appeal number ending 2863. Appellant Vin Hien Dong, address 4909 Grant Avenue. Number 21 on the list, appeal number ending 4676. Appellant Rashid Sanuwar, address 4913 Grant Avenue. And finally, number 22 on the list, appeal number ending 3169. Appellants Gerald and Ann Gallagher, address 9702 State Road. Members of the board, so first I should say I haven't had the opportunity to speak to each of these appellants specifically one-on-one. I have sent some emails to all of them, and Mr. Tom Forkin from Councilman Driscoll's office has been in touch with me regarding the set of appeals. They involve technically what is a retaining wall, but is almost like almost the bank of a creek that runs alongside the rear of these properties. There's been a partial collapse of the wall that forms the bank of the creek. And all 5 of these properties are, their property lines touch upon the creek. And thus the city of Philadelphia has performed a determination of responsibility and assigned responsibility for the repair of that wall to these 5 properties. There are some complications here. The creek literally is the county line. Bucks County is on the other side of the creek. And the city, both the city itself and Councilman Driscoll's office have been trying to see if if any funding can be obtained for repairs, because the nature of this specific retaining wall and it being alongside a creek does make repairs very difficult. So with all of those considerations at play, even though this has been continued twice before, Mr. Forkin represented to me that he wanted to request a continuance while both parts of the city continued to see if there was funding available appropriate for these specific repairs. I spoke with Director Gallagher, who has been involved in all of the efforts I was referencing before and has been involved with these specific violations. And the city would not be opposed to continuing these matters if in fact each of the appellants does want to continue it. Otherwise,
Have you spoken to each appellant today?
I have not, which is
Okay,
why.
so what we need to do is, I'd like to hear from each appellant to say whether or not they agree with the continuance request. I assume it will be, but we need to hear from the council person doesn't have that level of standing to represent their
I
interests.
understand. This is why I wanted to make sure that I did
Okay.
this on the record. Because of the various parties, it was hard to get in touch with each of them about the same quickly
Okay.
evolving status.
There's only 5 in this instance, so what I'll
That's
do,
fair.
I'll call each one's name. Those of you who are joining us virtually, if your name is called, I just need to know if you agree with the city's request for continuance. And so first I'll ask, it's 2775, that's 4915 Grand Avenue. Jonathan Wood, are you present? If you are, please unmute. Jonathan Wood.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, thank you, sir. Yes, this is Jonathan Wood, and I agree.
Okay, thank you very much. And in the future, sir, please turn on your video.
Okay, thank you.
Before, I'm sorry to interrupt you, Mr. Chairman, but speaking with Mr. Gallagher, given the time frame here, the city would not be opposed to a continuance up to 6 months.
6 months?
The city
Okay.
would continue to monitor the site and notify the board and all parties
Understood.
right away if there's any sort of escalation in terms of
Okay.
safety concerns. But for now, the city's comfortable with up to 6 months.
6 months.
Mr. Fernandez, out of curiosity, I noticed that these violations go back to 2023.
Yes,
We're 2 years maybe after the violations, and it's trying to get resolved 2 years later.
that is correct. The city has continued to, of course, monitor and inspect the violations. And while the city's position is, of course, that the conditions do rise to the level of unsafe, we don't anticipate any sort of pressing safety concern within at least the next 6 months that would require immediate action. And again, given the complexities of the repairs that would be required to this sort of violation, and I do have photographs I'm happy to share with the board if you'd like to get a better.
Not unless we're going to go into the details of
It
We
doesn't sound like that.
We understand walls are problems.
Yep.
Just say the
Especially when
word.
they're on the water, in the water, it's
Let me call the
almost-
balance of the list.
Thank you, Mr.
Number
Chairman.
19, that's 2862, that's 4911 Grant Avenue, Ronald Howell, Howell. Sir, are you present? If you are, please unmute. I think Ron's phone. Ron, you are muted. Please unmute. You may need to send him a prompt.
Okay, I'm unmuted now. I got you now.
Yeah, okay, sir. Your name?
Ron Howell?
Okay, did you agree with the city's request for a 6 months continuance?
Yes, I do.
Okay, thank you very much. Next will be 2863-4909 Grant Avenue, Ving Hang Dang. Are you present?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I don't see you.
It's under Elizabeth Feeney. She doesn't have a computer.
Oh, okay. Is she present?
Yes, I am.
Okay, just one moment, please.
Yes, I am.
Yes, ma'am, I heard you. Okay, do you agree with the city's request for a 6 month continuance?
I agree.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
The next one was 4676-4913 Grant Avenue, Rashid Sanyuar.
Yes, sir.
Rashid
I'm present.
Sanyuar.
I'm here.
Okay, sir, would your name, please?
My name is Sanwar Rashid.
Okay, and do you agree with the city's request for a 6 month continuance?
I do agree with city's decision of 6 months continuance. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And finally, 3169, that's 9702 State Road, Gerald and Ann Gallagher. Either of you present? Gerald and Ann Gallagher. Anyone present?
Yes, she's present, probably figuring out how to unmute.
Okay, well, I need her to unmute or him to unmute and
Yes, I'm here.
okay, your name, ma'am?
Ann Gallagher.
Okay, thank you very much. Do you agree with the city's request for a 6 month continuance?
Yes, I do.
Okay, thank you very much, all who responded. Then the record will reflect a 6 month continuance requested by the city to potentially reach a resolution in this matter. Thank you all. Your matter is resolved for today. You are excused from the hearing should you choose to leave. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
Thank
Okay,
you.
any other preliminary matters in the room? If not, I think I see a Rose Lachlan with a raised hand. Ms. Lachlan?
Yes, good afternoon. Roses Lachlan for the city of Philadelphia. For the case listed first, appeal number ending in 3136, 1713 East Moyamensing Avenue, appellant Anne Marie Campbell. This matter is moot.
Moot, thank you. Number one. Okay, thank you. Yes. Anything else, Ms. Lachlan?
No, that's all for the water department today.
All right, thank you. For the record, just note that our board colleague, Ms. Beverly Penn, has joined us. She's part of the today's quorum. Okay, do we have anyone else virtually who has a preliminary matter? If not, we will go off the record, take a short executive session, and return to call our list. Excuse me, Matthew. I need AT again. Something else popped up.
Something new?
What you doing with that? Thank you very much. We're prepared now to go back on the record for today, December 4th, 2025. I believe there are a series of preliminary matters that we need to get through before we call the regular list. And so let's go back on the first tranche of cases I'd like to call. Mr. Rulo, I think he's representing the city, starting at 23 Jane Street. Will one moot you want to read into the record?
Yes, there's one moot to
Yeah,
read in.
please do
So
that.
did that
Yeah.
first.
Uh-huh.
It's number 49, appeal ending 5238, 2320 North Natrona Street, BJA Construction LLC. That can be marked moot.
Moot. Thank you very much. Okay. With that out of the way, are there any other preliminary matters that we need to read into the record, either in the room or virtually? Anyone with a matter? If not, we will now move on to hear our cases for today. I'd like to begin with the retaining wall cases, starting with 22.
Just want to confirm 23? Okay. All right, starting with case 23 on today's list, HA 2021-005194 for 5511 Jane Street, appellant Darlene Brooks.
Okay, Mr. Rulo?
And so just to clarify for the record, so 23 through 39 all concern the same retaining wall that's located between the blocks of Jane Street, Woodlawn Street, Godfrey Avenue, and Worcester Street. So I was going to provide an
Yes.
update as to where we stand on all of those now.
Yes. Just before me, put your name on the record, please.
Yes, Michael Rulo.
Okay. All right, Mr. Rulo. And before we go through that, I asked by a show of hands, the individuals who are currently in the room who are part of this group. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, thank you.
And the individual who left the room as well. as part of
Okay.
it.
Now, just so everyone understands, we will not be asking everyone who's here to speak today. What we will do is hear from the law department. If you are a resident or owner of a property that's referenced, if you have a disagreement with what's being presented, you will be given an opportunity to speak. If you are in agreement, please, there's no need for the testimony regarding your matter because we'd be here forever. And we don't want people making the same arguments over and over again. I think we're trying to move in a way that would resolve the matter in some fashion. Okay, Mr. Rulo.
Yes, and just as a preliminary matter, the city yesterday.
I've neglected to ask, is anyone online who's part of this group as well? If you are, just raise your hand. Okay, I see one person, Steve. Okay, all right. Tina and, okay, thank you. Already, I think they heard my comments. Okay, all right, Mr. Rulo.
So yesterday, the city had sent an email to the board requesting a continuance of these cases for a variety of reasons. And I do just want to give a bit of an overview of where we are so that we're all on the same
Yeah,
page with
I hate to
everything.
be repetitive, but if you could put the
Each
four
of the-
digits and the name and the address on the record, then we do the preliminary.
Understood. So beginning, the total case is 23 through 39, and it is, I'll read them off. 23 is appeal ending 5194, 5511 Jane Street. 24 ending 5209, 5507 Jane Street. 25, appeal ending 5226, 5521 Jane Street. Number 26, appeal ending 5318, 5539 Jane Street. Number 27, appeal ending 5341, 5531 Jane Street. Number 28, appeal ending 5369, 5525 Jane Street. Number 29, appeal ending 5429, 5505 Jane Street. Number 30, appeal ending 0087, 5533 Jane Street. Number 31, appeal ending 5263, 5541 Jane Street. Number 32, appeal ending 5421, 6204 East Worcester Street. Number 33, appeal ending 5344 for 1120 East Woodlawn Street. Number 34, appeal ending 5356, 5516 West Godfrey Avenue. Number 35, appeal ending 5422, 5506 West Godfrey Avenue. Number 36, appeal ending 5441, 5522 West Godfrey Avenue. Number 37, 5659, 1126 East Woodlawn Street. Number 38, appeal ending 5660, 5502 West Godfrey Avenue. And number 39, appeal ending 5662, 5500 West Godfrey Avenue.
Okay, it does not include 40, it ends at 39?
No, 40 is a separate case.
Okay, thank you. Okay, the preliminary?
Yes, so just to give an update of where we are, as of today, actually, there are now 7 additional notices of violation that have been issued due to issues like change in ownership or another item that required the reissuance of a notice. So there are an additional 7 that have just been issued in the past 24 hours. And I know the board prefers to hear these all at the same time. So I think for that reason, it makes sense for a continuance. In addition to that, I believe that, I'm not sure if they are here. There are two entities, and I sent this list to the board in a chart form that do not have attorneys. I wasn't sure if they were advised of that at the last hearings to whether or not they need
You
attorneys.
believe they're required to have attorney?
They are indisputably LLCs.
Okay.
Um,
LLCs? Okay.
Yes. There are some standing questions in at least 2 or 3 matters, which I've had a chance to discuss with those appellants. And in talking with board's counsel, I think maybe we can do a preliminary addressing of those here
Yes.
today. There is at least one appeal that actually was previously filed but was not on today's list. That individual is here, fortunately, but technically they did not get notice, so we will need to have that added for the next hearing list.
Is that part of the 7 or one of?
There is an addition, they're not on today's list. I can read that one if you would like.
Yes, please.
That
The
is,
name of the appellant.
yes, and that is HA 2021-005-191. The address is 5519 Jane Street.
And who's the appellant?
Eva Dean,
Spell that.
EVADEAN. Miss
Last name?
Levine, excuse me. This is one where there's a standing issue. The
Okay.
record owner is Eva Dean. The appellant is Levin Dean, LEVINDEAN.
Okay, wait a minute. So,
Yes, I know.
all right. Oh, the appellant is, give us the name of the appellant. We work out the standing later.
LEVIN Dean.
DEAN?
Correct.
Okay, Levin Dean.
Yes.
Okay, is that person present in the room? Okay, all right, thank you.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so
and then-
whatever decisions we make today will also have an impact on that address.
That's correct. And then
Okay.
the other update, just in talking in the hallway right now, I just learned that apparently it was, and I have no other information beyond this, that apparently there was potentially an additional recent collapse that I was unaware of. So I think there also needs to be a reinspection for that reason. Again, that's what was reported to me in the hallway. And then also in the hallway, multiple neighbors informed me that they are exploring obtaining counsel
Okay.
at the moment. And then finally, and I know this is a long-winded one, we attorneys do like to hear ourselves talk at times, is that in the hallways, the neighbors had asked me who they need to talk to at the city about this and a number of other questions. And I just wanted to note for the record that I did advise them that for these hearings, that it is solely to decide whether or not a violation exists, and that in my role as a city, I cannot provide them with legal advice. But they did want to see if they could present that question to the board as to whether or not to do. And I know sometimes the board does provide that information, so I just figured I would be the conduit to say that question was presented.
Okay.
And so what I was going to humbly suggest is perhaps we could clarify those standing issues, but I believe that no one has objected to the idea that this be a continuance and perhaps be a longer
Yeah,
continuance.
what I'd rather do is rule on a continuance request, and standing would work itself out as you move forward, because you're going to have 7 additional, potential 8 additional matters to include on the record. And then who knows what complications they bring with them.
I would just respectfully submit that I believe that these do involve in instances, these 2 that I'm talking
Okay.
about, one that's
Well,
resolved.
Why don't you raise
Yeah.
those then? Let's do this. Let's determine whether or not there's a continuance to be granted, and then you'll make your argument regarding standing.
Yes.
That work? Or do we do it the reverse? Okay. Make your argument regarding standing, then we'll decide whether to do continuance.
Okay.
And the standing issue should be by address and appellant's name.
Correct. So the first one was for number 29, which is appeal ending 005-429, 5505 Jane Street. And the listed appellant is Marcia Sedel.
Is that person present? Please come forward, please. Come, have a seat. Okay, ma'am, if you hold that microphone towards you, because it's not very sensitive, and raise your right, tell us who you are.
Marcia Sadell.
Okay, raise your right. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today be the truth so help you God?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. You can lower your hand. Okay, Mr. Rulo?
Yes, so the record owner per the notice of violation is Wendy Newlight. In the hallway, Ms. Siddell had indicated to me that that is her daughter and that she does have an authorized representative form with her.
Okay, so your daughter's authorized you to represent her interests in this matter?
My daughter lives in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay,
I bought the home for her as an investment years
okay,
ago.
okay. In terms of who's permitted to represent themselves here, if you aren't the owner, generally we require legal counsel. I'm not sure in this instance, does that trumps that requirement for legal counsel?
I'd prefer to advise
Okay.
private if you'd like.
Yeah, sure. Just one moment. Okay, now, ma'am, your letter of representation isn't sufficient. Your daughter could come remotely. There's no reason why she couldn't sign on and anywhere in the world and present her and represent her own interests.
She doesn't know how to do the Zoom. I know.
What is her profession?
A stay-at-home mom.
Okay, well, that's
Her profession.
okay. But in this instance, she can sign in or you hire a lawyer. Okay, well, she has to sign in. Okay, she have to sign in. But in terms of discussions within the group, you're certainly welcome to be part of that and represent her interests with city council or anyone else. But when you come back, if there's a future hearing, you will not be able to represent the interests of that address. Either your daughter will have to do it directly, or a lawyer will have to be sitting at the table.
Why?
That's the rule. We aren't going to discuss it. That's the rule. So let's move on. That's the issue. That's the answer. Okay?
So how does she get into this Zoom?
There should be a notice sent to her.
We'll need her information because she was not listed on the appeal.
Okay, so what will happen before you leave today, not right now, before you leave today, give the information for your daughter so we can add her name to the mailing list and she'll get all the requisite information she needs to sign on.
Even though she knows nothing about this property.
She can learn it
She-
that's between you, her, and a lawyer. You can decide how to proceed. Okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, what's the next matter?
The next one, pardon, is number 25, appeal ending 005-226, 5521 Jane Street. The listed appellants are Robin and Jerome Powell.
Okay, ma'am, if you give us your name, please. Okay, pull that microphone down so it's directly in your face. Yeah, there you go.
Robin Powell.
Okay,
Kendall.
and Jerome Powell, who is that?
Jerome's my brother.
Is he present today?
No, he's deceased.
Pardon me?
He's deceased.
Okay, all right. Okay, Mr. Rulo?
Yes, so for this one, board members, the record owner who was issued the notice of violation is Ruth Powell. And my understanding is that Ruth Powell is also deceased. And the city does not have a record of a deed transferring it to Ms. Powell, who's seated here today. So that was the standing issue that we were trying to resolve.
Okay, Ms. Powell, if you raise your right hand to be sworn, do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today be the truth so help you God?
Yes.
Okay, so Ms. Powell, explain to us the status of the ownership of this property.
Yes, the home is still in my mother's name and
Okay,
I never processed the will.
you
That
didn't?
transfers.
How long
over
ago
to
did you,
it hasn't been processed yet.
how long ago
Will-
did your mother pass on?
It's been going on.
Give me a year. What year did she die?
It's been over 5 years,
Okay, and when did your brother pass on?
and it's been about 3 years.
Okay, are there any other siblings?
Yes, I have a sister.
A sister?
Yeah, she's here.
Okay,
And we
so You haven't done the will. You didn't do the will.
No, we haven't.
Okay.
It's not processed.
Okay, so you,
And I have to.
you gotta,
I
you
have the
gotta.
Paperwork.
Okay, wait.
This
You,
month.
you have a complicated ownership issue. And so we can't decide that here. I would advise you and your sister and the other members, other heirs of the property to
Yes, sir.
agree who's gonna, do things
Yeah.
and consult an attorney to help you work this out. Because at the moment, none of you have standing, to represent the interests of the property. But you should be part of the conversations and group meetings, et cetera, that will be occurring with your neighbors. Do you live in the house yourself?
Some of the times.
Who lives there?
No one. No one.
Is it partial? Okay. So you need to get to know the neighbors. If you don't,
Yeah, we all know each other.
okay. So you need to be
Because
part
we'll
of
be
whatever,
there.
okay, you need to be part of whatever conversations that are occurring. But in the meantime, you need to get this deed transferred as quickly as you can. And decide who was going to represent the interests. Mr. Rulo, any additional information? How do you want to include this?
I mean, candidly, at this point, if the property is not in her name, then we would need to, I need to examine how we would even assess this right
Yeah.
now. Because at the moment, the violation is issued to someone who's deceased. So
Okay.
we, like that, I think it is what it is with that violation
Sure.
when the person's deceased.
Yeah, what that suggests to me is that either the residents and or the person who has some level of interest in the property, whether recognized legally or not, should be part of the wider discussions without you in terms of trying to reach resolution.
Yeah, this is one of those situations where I need to determine with my client what legal advice I'm going to give them in terms of a violation, which
Sure.
is why I'm being a little bit cagey. But with all
Okay.
of these, I think we're all on the same page that community talking is better than not community
Okay,
talking.
so madam, at this point today, we aren't going to ask you if you okay with the continuance because you don't have legal standing to speak for the property. But I would just advise you to please consult an attorney about working this out, okay? Because it's only going to get complicated the longer you wait. Okay, thank you very much.
And then the last standing question was for appeal, and this is the one that was not on today's list. But I assume that the
Okay,
board would
yeah.
still want to address, at least preliminarily address
Yes.
this. And again, for all of these standing issues, I'm just raising these as preliminary
Yes.
matters. I'm not asking for those appeals to be dismissed at this moment on the basis
Understood.
of those. I figured this could expedite next time if it's
Okay.
necessary. It's appeal ending 005191, 5519 Jane Street. And the listed appellant is Ms. Levendine.
Okay, Ms. Dean, would you come forward, please? Ma'am, would you tell us your name, please?
Levin Dean.
Levin Dean, would you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today be the truth so help you God?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. You can place your hand down. Okay, and any preliminary before we ask her?
This is just a similar, almost the exact same situation. The record owner and the individual who's issued the notice of violation is Eva Dean.
Okay,
My understanding, based on conversations in the hall, is that Ms. Dean has passed away. And at least when I'm checking city records, I do not see that
Okay.
deed transfer.
okay, Ms. Dean, so what's the status of the ownership of the property?
The deed was transferred
Okay, when did that happen?
this year.
Do you have it with you?
No, I don't have it with me.
Okay, so what you will,
Has the deed been recorded?
I thought it was through a lawyer that I had working on it. I thought it was, but I can check their
yeah,
email.
check with your lawyer, see if he
Okay.
asked that he have it recorded. He
Okay.
may have just done the transfer and never had it
Yeah.
recorded. So you'll, or that person need to do that right away,
Okay.
okay?
And I did indicate, we'll talk about that, and the procedure that the city would use is if it is transferred, I did advise that a new violation would likely be issued
Okay,
for this, and I did advise, again, she had asked if there was an appeal right, and I did explain that, so.
so Ms. Dean, are you the new owner?
Yes.
Just you alone,
Yes.
no one else?
No one else.
Okay, all right. So we will keep your case. Have you submitted an appeal yet?
I did initially way back when you sent the,
Okay, original violation?
yes.
Can we incorporate that or do we need to have her resubmit?
I believe technically speaking that the city will need to reissue that notice.
Okay.
And because it needs to be in the name of the owner of the property at this point. And
Okay.
so what the city's likely going to do, I mean, almost certainly going to do, is reissue in the name of Ms. Dean. And then presumably at that point, I would expect that an appeal would be filed and then that can be added to the list as well.
Okay. So, Ms. Dean, do you live in the property?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So again, please communicate with your neighbors as you come up with a group solution to this problem. This is not a one-person fix situation. You must work together. That's the only way this can work out. But in the meantime, take care of the paperwork and expect a reinspection and a new violation notice and appeal that as quickly as you get it so that you can be included in this group, okay?
Okay, and
All
I
right,
will
thank you very much.
contact the lawyer.
Okay.
Okay,
All right,
thank you.
Thank you.
And then the only other thing I was going to address, unless the board wants to provide an overview afterwards, like we had said, is there two, I don't know if they're present, but numbers 31, we'll begin with number 31, appeal ending 5263, 5541 Jane Street. The listed appellant is David Gabay, but the violation was issued to Dannon Incorporated. I'm not sure if
Okay.
they're present.
Is there anyone present representing 5541 Jane Street? Anyone present in the room or virtual? If you are, please unmute and speak up. 5541 Jane Street. Okay, that person is not present, he's not responding rather. So we'll just hold that in abeyance and we'll make a continuous decision regarding that matter. Okay?
Understood. And then the next one, the same issue is 38, appeal ending 5660, 5502 West Godfrey. The listed appellant was a Linnaea Lee, and the record owner is a Karkai LLC.
Okay, anyone present representing 1126 East Woodlawn Avenue? Woodlawn Street rather.
I believe there's 5502 West Godfrey.
Oh. But you said Linnaea Lee, right? James Martin is identified with Godfrey. Wait a minute, my apologies, wait a minute.
Did you say 55?
Oh, yeah, I'm looking at the wrong address. My apologies. Okay. Ms. Linnaea Lee, are you present? And both are owned by an LLC, Mr. Brulo?
Just give me 1 second, board members.
He said number 36 is what he said.
Yes, so excuse me, it is for both of those. So for
37 and 38.
for Woodlawn, the record owner is a Bezos LLC.
Okay,
And then for the other one, it is the Karkai LLC.
okay. So in either instance, an attorney is required to represent these matters. So that's 5660 to 5502 West Godfrey and 5659 at 1126 East Woodland Avenue.
That's correct.
Okay, so does LLC required for both of those? Okay, and again, we'll hold those two matters in terms of making a decision regarding continuance.
Understood.
Sir, you raised your hand. Are you associated with either of those addresses? Okay, well, okay. Yeah, you can speak to her, but not to us. Okay, all right, thank you. All right, is there anything else?
And nothing unless that, like I said, they.
Okay, let's do this. We want to make certain that anyone who's present is on the record supporting this. And there are some people who are not present, so we need to note that for the record as well. So I know it's tedious, but we're going to have to ask, and I'll call them, each person to, I'll ask you by virtue of a raised hand, and if you're virtual, please unmute and verbally indicate that you're okay with the continuance request. And I assume the city's requesting continuance. Is there a certain number of days that you're asking for?
I think in this instance, given the dynamics of these cases, the longer the better probably would
Okay. Okay.
best suit everyone.
Okay, so I'll say this preliminarily, and my colleagues may want to add some information. These wall cases are incredibly complicated because of the nature of the expense required, often because of the size of the problem. It requires all the neighbors to be part of the solution, even if your section of the wall does not appear to be damaged. By virtue of how the law is written, you share in the responsibility for the whole wall's repair. That may seem unfair, but that's the nature of these wall situations. I recommend that all of you organize together. If there's no local community organization or block club, You create one. You should all be together and begin petitioning your elected officials, whether you're council person or your state rep or your congressperson, for direction and assistance with the situation. In some cases, we've learned that members of the community themselves are skilled tradesmen, and they pulled the permits and done the work and repaired it. That's also possible. You may have a family member who is a good mason. Don't do that unless the person is a licensed, experienced contractor who pulls all the appropriate permits. That must be done. If you make the repair with an unlicensed individual in illegitimate fashion, it just makes your life more complicated. It doesn't fix anything. So I'm recommending to all of you that you take the time to organize and work together to. Is someone's phone ringing? Sir, would you mind going outside and turning it off? It's clouding the record. It's interfering with the record. Okay. With everyone who's here, if your phone hasn't been turned off, please silence it. Okay. So what we're going to do is call the addresses. And if you're in the room, just raise your hand. If you have an objection, please come forward and make the objection. If not, we will assume that you're supporting the request for a continuance in your case, okay? I'll begin with number 23, which is 5194 5511 Jane Street, Darlene Brooks. Thank you. Again, unless you come forward, that means you agree with the continuance. 5209 5507 Jane Street, Antoinette Davis. I don't see an Antoinette Davis. Is there anyone on virtual Antoinette Davis?
No, I thought there was.
If you are virtual, please unmute and make yourself known to us. Okay.
Somebody here.
What name is that? No name. Okay, we'll note for the record that it appears that Antoinette Davis is absent. 5226 5521 Jane Street, Robin and Jerome Powell. We've had Ms. Powell come forward to discuss the standing matter. Okay, thank you. 5318 5539 Jane Street, Stephen Pollock and Jason Lerner. Thank you. I assume you'll agree
We're
with
here.
continuing.
No objection.
Thank you very much.
No.
Okay. 5341, it's 5531 Jane Street, Ethel Dyson. Ethel Dyson. It appears that Ethel Dyson is absent. 5369 5525 Jane Street, Dmitry Pavenko. Pavenko. Dmitry Pavenko. That a person appears to be absent. 5429 5505 Jane Street, Marshall Sadell. Okay, we've noted the issue there of standing. Thank you. 0087 5533 Jane Street, Tina Bertau, Berthau.
Louis Stevens on behalf of Mrs. Berthau. No objection.
Okay, sir, you are?
Louis Stevens.
Are you an attorney?
Yes, I am.
Are you representing the interests of the appellant, Tina, how are you pronouncing her last name?
Berthau.
Berthau. You representing her interests?
I am.
And no interest to the continuance?
I'm sorry?
No interest, no opposition to the continuance?
No opposition, no.
Okay. Sir, have you spoken to Mr. Rulo?
I have. Yesterday I did.
Okay, good. Okay, thank you. And give us your name, please, so that we can make sure it's on the record.
Louis Stevens.
Esquire. Okay, thank you very much. 5263 5541 Jane Street, David Gabay. Dave. Yep. Okay, that corporate representative is not present. 5421 6204 East Worcester Street, Franklin Jones. Franklin Jones. It appears that that person is also absent. 5344, 1120 East Woodland Street. Charles Bennett. Okay, are you okay with the continuance, sir? Thank you. 5356, 5516 West Godfrey Avenue, Demetrius Blair. Demetrius Blair. It appears that Demetrius is absent. 5422, 5506 West Godfrey Avenue, John and Joy Adams. John and Joy Adams. Anyone present? It appears that neither of them is present. 5441, 5522 West Godfrey Avenue, James Martin. You okay with the continuance, sir? Okay. 5659, 1126 East Woodland Street, Lanice Lee. And 5660, 5502 West Godfrey Avenue, Lanice Lee, both of whom are LLC owned, and no one's present. So we'll just note both LLCs are absent. Yes, that's what I just called. Yeah, call. Right here. Yeah, book. Just check the record. I just want to be certain that I called 1126 East Woodland Avenue for Lanice. No. Mr. Kelly, just confirm the record that 1126 East Woodland Street was called Lanice Lee.
Mr. Chairman, I made note of that number in this sequence, so yeah, you did
Yes.
call it.
Okay. All right, thank you. And also 5502 West Godfrey, Mr. Kelly, just confirm that one.
I can confirm that as well. I heard Mr. Martin say yes from the audience.
Okay. All right, thank you. Okay. All righty. 5662, 5500 West Godfrey Avenue, Barbara Williams. Thank you. Okay, and that concludes all the properties for this group of retaining wall cases. Mr. Rulo, any concluding comments you'd like to make?
I actually did just notice this, but I noticed two other it was unclear if they were completed appeal applications. So I guess I can raise that with staff to see if theirs are outstanding, but I did want to know.
Yeah, there may be others too that.
I did a search. There's two
Yeah.
others that there might be out
Okay.
there. So I'll talk with board administration.
Okay, those matters just noted are continued for a future date. Thank you all for participating. I know this is a frustrating, probably not so happy circumstance that you find yourselves, but you're welcome to stay to hear the balance of the hearing. Otherwise, you excuse. You can go about Christmas
Mr. Chair-
shopping to be done.
Mr. Chair, would we like to put an approximate time on the continuance?
You can ask Mr. Rulo if that's.
I was asked by some of the appellants if it could be late spring or even summer. So I think really as far as the board is willing to
Well,
give
why
us
don't
at
we
this
do
point,
this? Why don't we say at least 6 months?
I would be, thank
Yeah,
you.
we're going to put 6 months on it. And that'll give you into the late spring, early summer.
Perfect, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you all. Have a good day. No, just one word. Yeah.
Here's James Street. Here's James Street. Here's Worcester. Here's West Godfrey.
Yeah, how does that get to that? Well, that's Godfrey Avenue. They call Godfrey. Yeah, they did call Godfrey Avenue.
Right?
Yeah, that's odd. You must dead end.
I don't know, what's the street here? This is Jane. What's that street here? This is Jane. What is this here? Woodlawn. Here's Woodlawn.
Yeah.
Here's Jane. That's Woodlawn. But how in the hell?
Unless this is Godfrey again.
Well, it says West
Yeah,
Godfrey.
but it may jump over.
Well, no, this is, oh, yeah, that's Godfrey.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Yeah.
Because this is James Street right there.
Yeah.
That's God, so it's split them.
Yeah.
So this runs all the way from here.
Yep.
So everybody that abuts this.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. Okay, let's move on to our next matter. Yeah. Someone should make a special pitch too.
Thank you.
You excuse. Yes, yes. Okay, we're going to move on to the next set of retaining walls, and that's beginning with 2199 973 Vernon Road.
That's John Street territory.
Yeah. Mr. Johnson, good afternoon. You don't have an audience today. Where's your group? Your homeowners.
The cavalry is in here, like the last group.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Johnson, because this is a list of retaining walls and it appears to run from 40 to 48, do you have any preliminary matters you'd like to raise before we put each address on the record?
Preliminary matter, the city.
Excuse me, Mr. Johnson, could you turn on your microphone? Thank you.
Yes, as a preliminary matter, the city would be asking for all of these matters to be rescheduled because I know there are filed appeals that are pending that are not on today's list that involve the same evidence and the same common retaining wall that affects all of the properties. And just in the interest of fairness to give everyone a chance to participate, and I believe there were only 11 appeals filed out of the 16 properties that were affected by the collapse of the retaining wall. And also, the continuance would have the added benefit. I know that there were some repairs made. They would have the ability to get the permit and or provide the city with an engineer's report regarding the ongoing repair work.
Okay, thank you very much. So let's do this, as we just did with the other group, is what is the city's proposal in terms of length of continuance?
I don't have an objection to a continuance of 6 months. I think between 90 days and 6 months, somewhere in that range would be appropriate. I know the winter, I'm not sure how much work is going to get done outdoors on this wall, but I know that there's, been a repair made. There's rebar sticking out of the top of the wall. So someone needs to get that fixed
Make safe,
because
yeah.
it's on, it's a condition that needs attention. So I would say 90 days.
Okay, let's do
Yeah,
this.
I mean,
Well, the board, I believe, is in a position of willing to grant a continuance, and I would put 6 months on it because you really don't want to come back and then have to come back again.
Yeah.
But what I would do now is that we'll go through each address, and if anyone who's present, please unmute and indicate your willingness to accept the continuance proposal by the city. If you don't accept that, please, present your opposition as to why you don't want your case to be continued. As I said to the previous group, this requires a group response. Retaining walls are expensive. You may want to approach your local elected official to request support and financial assistance. But either way, the work should be done because it's not safe. Okay, let's do this. We'll go through each one of those. And if you have any issues with standing or timeliness or anything like that?
not at this time.
Okay, all right, thank you. Okay, the first matter is HA 2023-002199, 973 Vernon Road, Artina Page. Artina Page. Are you present? If you are, please unmute. Okay, I don't see anyone by that name. Okay, Artina Page, and that's Aurtina Page. That person is absent. Okay. The second one is 2216, that's 8019 Hollis Street, Elistine Solomon. Elistine Solomon. Okay, that person is also absent. The next one is 2219 8007 Hollis Street, Katrina Andrews. Katrina Andrews.
Yes.
Okay, Katrina Andrews, if you could turn on your video so we can see you. Okay, and your name, ma'am?
Katrina Andrews.
Okay, are you you okay with the extension, the continuance request?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Alrighty, 2231 8015 Hollis Street, Carolyn Payne.
I'm
Carolyn
here.
Payne, please unmute yourself.
I'm here.
Oh, okay. Okay, you have the exotic background with palm trees.
I know, I can't get rid of it. I'm sorry.
That's okay. We were just jealous. Okay. Are you okay with the continuance?
I am.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. And hopefully you can find a warm spot for the holidays.
Thank you.
Okay. 2288 971 Vernon Road, Helen Sherman. Helen Sherman. Okay. That person appears to be absent. 8009 Hollis Street, Zelda Whiting.
Yes.
Okay. Are you comfortable with the continuance?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. 2327 969 Vernon Road, Melvin and Belitha Thornton. Melvin and Belitha Thornton. No response. They're absent. 2537 8011 Hollis Street, Karen Coleman. Karen Coleman. Okay, absent. 2825 965 Vernon Road, Howard Kennedy and Rosemary Griffin. Okay, appears to be absent. I'd ask the individuals who are present, if you know any of the individuals who are noted as absent, please call them, let them know what happened. It's important that you get as many of the neighbors as possible to be part of the solution in resolving this problem. Okay, noted, the record should reflect that all of these matters as read into the record are being continued for a minimum of 6 months.
With the board's permission, I would just ask, Mr. Trainer, Inspector Trainer, would you mind putting your email address in the chat for the Zoom in case any of the petitioners who are present have any questions for the department about the status of the wall?
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Thank you. And secondarily, just for the record, I'm going to, just for the record for the board, I know there are appeals with regard to 975 Vernon and 8005 Hollis that are also pending.
Okay.
And there may be others, but I know about those two.
Okay, thank you. Again, if there's anyone that you know who has not submitted an appeal, who want to be part of the solution, please advise them that they should appeal as quickly as they can, okay? And please note in the chat before you leave, the contact information that the inspector will type in so you can have that information for your record and you can reach out to the department and have someone answer your technical questions regarding the wall. Thank you very much. This matter is resolved. Witnesses are excused. Okay, what else do we have?
Believe going back to the top of the list, case number 3, HA 2022-002224 for 269 Shawmont Ave, number 8A4, appellant Richard Levin.
Who's representing the city?
Christopher Johnson with the City of Philadelphia.
Good afternoon. Mr. Richard Levin, are you present? Richard Levin, Levin. Anyone else present representing the interests of 269 Shawmont, Shawmont Avenue, number 8A4. Number 8A4. Anyone present? No one is responding. Let's confirm service.
Appellants in this matter listed 786 North 25th Street, Philadelphia, PA on their appeal application. Notice of today's hearing was sent to that same mailing address on October 24th, 2025.
Thank you very much. No response. Service is perfected. What is your pleasure?
The city is asking that the appeal be marked as city affirmed failure to appear.
Thank you. What time do we have?
2:23 PM.
2:23 p.m. We will poll the board regarding HA 2022-002224, 269 Shawmont Avenue, number 8A4, Richard Levine. This matter is dismissed for failure to appear.
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 All right, thank you very much. What's our next matter?
Number 7 on today's list, HA 2022-004262 for 5814 Fernwood Street, appellant Keith Banner.
Who's representing the city?
Christopher Johnson, City of Philadelphia.
Mr. Johnson, Keith Banner, are you present? Keith Banner. Anyone representing the interests of Keith Banner or 5814 Fernwood Street? Are you present? Okay, no one is responding. Let's confirm service.
Appellants in this matter listed 5814 Fernwood Street, Philadelphia, PA on their appeal application. Notice of today's hearing was sent to that same mailing address on October 24th, 2025.
Thank you very much. Mr. Johnson, no response. What is your pleasure?
City requests that the board mark it as city affirmed failure to appear.
Thank you. We will poll the board regarding HA 2022-004262, 5814 Fernwood Street, Keith Banner. This matter is dismissed for failure to appear.
It's 2:25 PM. Mark it dismissed, please, for failure to appear.
Dismissed for failure to appear.
Dismissed for failure to appear.
Dismissed for failure to appear.
Thank you very much. Okay, our next matter.
Next, moving to number 9 on today's list, HA 2022-004548 for 1228 South Carlisle Street, appellant Tonia Mangual, Mangual.
Okay, who's representing the city?
Christopher Johnson, City of Philadelphia.
Okay, Tonia Mangual, Mangual. Anyone present? Anyone present representing the interests of 1228 South Carlisle Street? Anyone present? No one is responding. Let's confirm service.
Appellants in this matter listed P.O. Box 240 Huntington Valley, PA on their appeal application. Notice of today's hearing was sent to the same mailing address on October 24th, 2025.
Thank you. Mr. Johnson, no one's responding. What is your pleasure?
City asks that the appeal be marked as city affirmed failure to appear.
Thank you. What time do we have?
2:26 PM.
2:26 p.m. We will poll the board regarding HA 2022-004548, 1228 South Carlisle Street, Tonia Mangual. This matter is dismissed for failure to appear.
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 Thank you very much. Do we have any remaining matters?
No, I believe that concludes today's list.
Okay, thank you, everyone. That concludes our hearing for today, December 4th, 2025. Please have a good afternoon. Good evening.
Thank you.
What's that?